Chapter 1 Human Evolution. Let's know. Introduction to Human Evolution. Sources of information. I came across some photographs of my childhood in this album. I was so different then. It is through these old pictures that we compare between different times of our lives. How do we know that we developed from ape-like figures to the modern man? The finding of the historians and archaeologists help us know about our past. They dig out things from inside the earth and study them. Human evolution. There has been evolution of human through millions of years that mark their existence on the earth. Human evolution is the process that led to the emergence of the modern human from the primitives. In the initial stages, humans were hunter-gatherers and led a nomadic life. They traveled from one place to another in search of food, water, and shelter. They hunted wild animals and ate them raw. They gathered fruits, roots, nuts, and seeds to eat. When all these resources exhausted at one place, they moved to another place. Early humans lived on the earth like other animals in the forests. They led a primitive life. Days were spent roaming here and there, and nights were generally spent on the branches of trees, in caves, or rock shelters. They did not wear any clothes in summer. In winter, they covered themselves with animal skin, barks of trees, and leaves to keep them warm. Tools and weapons. It took thousands of years for humans to reach the present state. They killed animals for food. In the beginning, they used stones to hunt animals. While hunting, they could not run as fast as the animals, so they tried to improve the weapons they used to hunt animals with. They discovered that they could kill animals easily with sharp objects. Most of the tools used were made of stones as it was easily available. Early humans looked for stones to make tools. Later, they made crude stone tools for particular and specific needs. Factopedia. Flint, a type of stone, was widely used to make tools and weapons as it chipped easily and could be molded in different shapes. They used big and small stones to make tools and weapons. The bigger ones were used to make axe heads, hammers, and choppers. The axe head was tied to a stick to make an efficient and useful tool. Tools were used for various purposes: chopping wood, branches, meat, and fruits, scraping wood and stones to make tools, hunting wild animals, digging the ground, stitch animal skins to make clothes. The smaller stones were sharpened and used as knives and scrapers. Very small stones were shaped, pointed, and tied to arrow and spears. These tools were used to hunt animals. Methods of making tools. Stone tools were made with the help of two techniques: stone on stone. In this method, the stone of which the tool was to be made was held in one hand. The other stone was used to strike the first stone to give it the desired shape and design it as per the requirement. Pressure flaking. In this method, the stone to be shaped was placed on a flat and firm surface. A stone sharpened at one end was placed on the first stone. Then another stone was used to strike the blunt surface of the second stone. It was done till the first stone acquired the desired shape. Discovery of fire. There are several guesses regarding the discovery of fire by early humans. It is quite possible that they saw wildfires in the forest. They must have been afraid of it and saw that even animals were afraid of fire. It is also possible that while striking two stones together, a spark was produced that might have fallen on the dry grass or leaves lying nearby and might have burnt with the blaze. However, the fire is one of the greatest discoveries made by early humans. The use of fire came gradually. Uses of fire. Fire proved to be very useful. It provided light and kept them warm. Fire at the entrance of the cave kept wild animals away. It was used to cook food, though it might have been accidental, just like the discovery of fire. A piece of meat might have fallen into the fire and got roasted. It might have tasted better, after which they might have started cooking food. Agriculture. Agriculture or growing crops could also have been accidental. Seeds thrown away carelessly might have fallen on moist soil and could have sprouted, hence leading to growing of crops. The first cereal to be grown were wheat and barley. With the passage of time, they learned how to dig the soil before planting seeds or plants. They must have also noticed the relation between different seasons and the plants that grew in those seasons. Agriculture or farming was a turning point in the lives of the early human. They became producers from gatherers. They started leading a settled life instead of their nomadic one. They did not have to go from one place to another in search of food. They made mud houses near their fields. Over a period of time, they grew more food crops. They cultivated fields, hunted animals, and made tools and weapons. This shift from gatherers to producers took thousands of years. Domesticating animals. Dog was the first animal to be domesticated by early humans. They also tamed pigs, goats, sheep, cattle, horses, and donkeys. Goats and cows gave milk. Sheep provided wool. Horses and donkeys were used to carry loads. Animals also provided meat and skin. Gradually, they learned to use animals to plow fields, to protect crops, and for transportation. Agriculture and rearing animals made it necessary for the early humans to settle in one place. They preferred staying near the river banks as the land was fertile. There was enough water for drinking, farming, and transportation. They started settling in small groups that led to the formation of villages. Huts were made of mud, stones, leaves, and tree branches. Factopedia. Indus Valley Civilization was the first settlement of early humans near the river Indus. Invention of wheel. Invention of wheel was another stepping stone for early humans. It is quite possible that they saw a stone or a log rolling down a slope, which gave them the idea of the wheel. They set logs under their carts or sledges. These logs served as the first wheel. This invention changed man's life in many ways. Traveling from one place to another became faster and easier. Heavy objects or loads could be moved easily on even or uneven ground. The wheel was used to make pottery and was called the potter's wheel. It improved the quality of pottery. It is used even today to make pots and utensils of clay. Clay is shaped with hands and fingers and then baked in fire. These vessels were used to store grains, liquids, and cooked food. The potter's wheel enabled them to make pots of different shapes and sizes in lesser time than before. Later on, they learned to glaze and decorate the pots. Sources of information. There are several sources of information about the hunter-gatherers and the early farmers. Some of them are fossils and bones. Human first evolved in the present-day Africa, and much of human evolution occurred there. The fossils of early humans who lived between 2 to 6 million years ago come entirely from Africa. 15 to 20 different species of early humans have been recognized with the help of these fossils. The fossils help to learn about the physical appearance of early humans and the changes that followed. The size of the bone, its shape, and markings left by the muscles tell us how early humans moved, held tools, and how the sizes of their brains changed over the years. Pottery and utensils. Handmade as well as wheel-made pots have been discovered from many sites. They were of different shapes and sizes. Some of them were even decorated. They may have been used for storing grains, cooking food, and storing water. Cave paintings. Several paintings have been found on the cave walls, rock shelters, and on slabs of stones. These paintings depict their activities of hunting, dancing, and other daily chores. They also provide information on things used by them like tools, utensils, jewelry, etc. Tools. Tools made of stones, bones, and horns of animals have been found. Majority of tools were made up of stones. They were hand axes, scrapers, borers, cleavers, etc. They were polished tools. Tools made of bones were harpoons for fishing, needles for sewing, arrowheads, spearheads, and daggers. Pit houses. Circular pits were dug in the ground. Their sides were plastered with mud. They were narrow at the top and wide at the base. They had steps to lead them down. Ashes, charcoal, pottery, stone, or clay ovens have been found in these pit houses. Time to recall. Human evolution is the process that led to the emergence of modern humans from primitives. Early humans made tools and weapons of stones. Tools were used for chopping wood or meat, digging ground, hunting animals, stitching animal skins, etc. Tools were made by two methods, stone or stone, and pressure flaking. Fire was used to keep warm, keep animals away, and for cooking food. Agriculture turned hunter-gatherers into producers. Animals were domesticated for meat, milk, plowing fields, etc. Wheel made life easy and quick. Potter's wheel was used to make pots and utensils of clay. Fossils, bones, cave paintings, pottery, utensils, tools, etc. are various sources of information of life of early humans. New words. Human evolution, process of emergence of modern man from primitives. Domesticating, taming. Fertile, good soil for growing crops. Glaze, give a shiny look. Fossils, preserved remains of animals or plants from the past. Site, place from where evidences are obtained.